there, folks. Welcome back to Political Prick. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. There are a lot of pissed off people out there because of the Hobby Lobby Supreme Court decision. But unfortunately, I'm a white male with a bunch of privileges, so I don't get to say jack shit. Gotcha. I'm gonna say some shit. This is a symptom of a deeper problem. Government meddling and insurance being tied to one's employer. So that begs the question, why is our insurance linked to who we work for? Well, employers started offering health benefits roughly 60 years ago because it was a way of getting around wage and price controls during World War II. The government basically banned businesses from offering higher salaries to attract workers, so businesses offered health insurance instead. And that decision was helped out by an IRS ruling that said that workers who received health benefits didn't have to pay income taxes on those benefits. And also because employers could write off the cost of the health benefits as a business-related expense. So this little accidental arrangement became the primary way most Americans got access to healthcare. First off, let's address price controls, also known as government interference in the marketplace. It's not a good thing. Second, wage controls, also known as government interference in the labor force, also not a good thing. Meddling in the affairs of private people in business always has unintended consequences. So as a result of government interference, we now have this jacked up system of employer-based insurance. A system where you have little to no choice of who or where you get your coverage from. Now, as it stands right this second, it's completely voluntary if companies provide their employees with coverage. There's no mandate. I can start up a business right now in mid-2014 and never offer my employees insurance. So because it's voluntary, I can pick and choose the type of coverage that I would want to offer my workers. Because I'm the customer of the insurance companies, not my employees. And they just have to take whatever it was that I was offering them. So I think most people are under the impression that your employer is obligated to do certain things for you, which include giving you the exact kind of coverage that you think you so rightly deserve. But they aren't. Insurance is just a perk of employment, nothing more. And it's certainly not a right. Yet, I still hear people arguing that they just can't believe that corporations and courts are making decisions for women on medical choices and that somehow it allows someone other than their doctors and themselves into the conversation. Well, that's a bullshit, knee-jerk emotional reaction that has little to do with what the court's ruling even dealt with. You can still get any contraceptive that you want, recommended by any doctor that you choose. You just can't force Hobby Lobby to pay for it, or any other company with a religious objection. The court neither limited access to contraceptives or helped Hobby Lobby insert themselves into your vaginal conversation. But what it did do was create a freedom to refuse loophole. Let me just say, I love freedom and I love loopholes. Unfortunately, it's just a loophole for religions with moral objections to contraceptives. Why not just have a I don't want to fucking do it loophole? Where does that vote go? So the only real thing that this court ruling has done is provide a special exception for a very narrow group of people. This ruling has zero to do with access to contraception, women's rights, or vaginal freedom. The left was totally pissed and the right was saying when the saints go marching in. But both sides missed the bigger picture. But all things considered, women can still get any contraceptive that they could before, and there won't be any Hobby Lobby executives at your OBGYN. The Supreme Court ultimately missed a real opportunity here to say that all Americans should be free to voluntarily engage or not to engage in any activity. Here's what it boils down to. Whenever the left is in power, it implements leftist policies and installs judges that it thinks will further its cause. The same goes for the right when it's in charge. And what we end up having is a battle between two ideologies. But there's more than just two. There are thousands, if not millions of different ways that people think about our societal troubles. That whole left versus right thing just needs to stop. People should find their own moral compass and be free to exercise their views, whether they be liberal, conservative, or anything in between. The enemy of freedom for both sides is government. They're the only entity with enough coercive power and guns that can be bribed, bought, lobbied, or blackmailed into doing special favors that reward or punish certain people or groups. We as individuals have to take responsibility. We alone must plan ahead for accidents, emergencies, and contingencies. Prioritize our needs over our wants, save our money, make our own choices in healthcare, doctors, contraception, how to run our businesses, what color shirt to wear in the morning. Looking to government for permission or privileges, it's just sad. We're fucking adults, and we should be acting that way. So that's it and that's all. Thanks for stopping by here at Political Prick. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. I'll see you guys again next time.